Okay, so for financial routine today, what I'm going to be doing, so I went to the bank and pulled out cash for my stuff, not only my 2 cash envelopes that I'm using for my variable spending here, but also I have to stuff my savings goals challenge book where I'm currently saving my sinking funds, some of my sinking funds in cash, currently Christmas, Valentine's Day, and our wedding anniversary. And then also I pulled out some cash to stuff my 100 envelope challenge. So one of the first things I did is I got updated with highlighting my spending. Now, nothing came out of my checking account this weekend except for we did have Spotify come out, which is in my fun and entertainment for $12.96. Now, what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to open this up. I'm just going to stuff these 2 envelopes really quickly so I can get these filled. So for food and miscellaneous, food I have $900 budget, miscellaneous I have $50. So so $900 that goes into my food envelope. So that one is stuffed. The next one I have miscellaneous for $50. So I'm just going to pull out a $50 out of this and stuff that. So my cash envelope essentially for my variable spending is done. The rest of my spending I'm doing in using spending trackers. Now this is called the cashless envelope method. If you've ever asked Miko, can I do the cash envelope method if I don't spend cash? Absolutely. One of the ways to do that is instead of carrying around a cash envelope that looks like this, where you have your cash inside of there, you have your spending tracker, right? So you can write down your spending and keep track of how much you have to spend in that category. You're spending the cash out of here. Once it's gone, you no longer have money to spend in that category. If you don't spend cash, you can also keep in your wallet, in place of the cash envelope, spending trackers that look like this. Now, what this does is it gives you the same kind of benefits of using the cash, except you're missing the benefit of handling physical cash, which for me connects the dots between the consequences of what I'm doing and the spending of my dollars. Meaning I have that cash, that physical cash, I'm holding it, right? Makes my budget a lot more tangible. With this, you're still getting the benefit of understanding the consequences of your spending because you can see how much you have to spend in that category at all times in the moment. So I have a spending tracker for household, pets, fun, health and beauty, and gas. Now, these are cashless for me. I'm just spending my debit card. But when I spend, I track it right here on my spending tracker so I know exactly how much I have to spend in that category at all times. Like I said, you get that consequences of your spending, you make better informed decisions with your dollars. So that has been done. Now, we're going to end up stuffing the savings goal binder as well as my 100 envelope challenge. So let's do that. So first, let's start with updating my savings goals binder. Now this is where I save all of my sinking funds that I'm saving for in cash. So let's start with Christmas. So if you look at my sinking funds, I'm saving $182 for Christmas, $8 for Valentine's Day, and $13 for our wedding anniversary. $182 for Christmas. So let's go ahead and get that out. Get that here, write that down. So you can see on the back of each one of my envelopes, I have a tracker and I'm just writing every single time I add or take away from my sinking funds. Now, usually most of the time I'm adding. So I have $1,456 saved for my Christmas goal, which I want $2,000 by November of 2023. Okay, the next one we're going to stuff is Valentine's Day. So that one I wanted 8, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So the next one we have is wedding anniversary, which I did $10, $11, $12, $13 for our wedding anniversary. So that one is done. So I just hit one of my goals. So I'm going to keep it and set it aside. Now what I can do is I can start filling in my trackers. So for Christmas, I have 1, 4, 5, 6. So I should have about 72 or 73 of these little Christmas trees colored in. Now I like using these visual trackers because with my sinking funds, I do such a small amount and sometimes it doesn't feel like I'm making any progress. By coloring in these little icons, I'm able to see, even if I just color in one, I am able to see I am making progress even though it doesn't feel like it. So you can see with Christmas, I'm almost there with my $2,000 goal. So with our wedding anniversary, that one's done. I hit that goal, so I'm just going to color in the rest of my trackers. And this tracker is now completed. All right, so for Valentine's Day, I'm at $95. Each one of these icons equals $1, so I should have 95 of these filled out. Okay, you can see I'm $5 away from hitting this goal. So I am getting really close to hitting all of my goals for my sinking funds I'm saving for in cash for 2024. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out and start stuffing my 100 envelope challenge. So with the 100 envelope challenge, you can see that on my wet erase tracker board, all the X's are the ones that I've already filled out. So if I bring this up, you can see all my envelopes are starting to be stuffed with cash. Now, for this paycheck, I pulled out $70 of 50 and 21s. And so today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be filling out the 50, and then I'm going to work my smallest ones. And if I have money left over, I'll just save it until my next time I withdraw cash and just add to it. So with my 50, I'm going to find my 50 envelope to be stuffing the 50 envelope. So that one's done. So stick that back in. Perfect. And cross it off on my tracker. Now, the next smallest one I have is 15. So so I'm going to find my 15 envelope right here, my 15 envelope. All right, so that one's stuffed 15. Mark that off. So now I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have nothing in here that I can stuff for 5. So I'm just going to label this with a sticky note, say 100 envelope challenge, and come back to it and use it when I pull out more cash. And I'll just keep adding to the pile until I get enough to stuff a number that I haven't filled yet in my 100 envelope challenge kit. So set that aside. So I filled out my 100 envelope challenge, so that is done. So we filled out 100 envelope challenge, my savings goal. I hit my wedding anniversary sinking fund, and I stuffed my wallet. That is my morning routine.